All right, hello, and welcome back to the Crossword Vlog, aka Clog, Saturday edition and high stakes edition. It's always high tech edition, but we are essentially in a dead heat with my best week ever, which is great. But I do need to shave 2 minutes and 9 seconds, 2 minutes 11 seconds off of my best time ever, and now I only have 2 days to do it. And looking at this objectively, I find it really hard to imagine doing better than that Sunday time. So, at least by a significant margin. And so that leaves us with this Saturday time that we're going to need to beat by around 2 minutes, which puts us at almost requiring a sub 10-minute Saturday. And I think that is possible. Um, I think I think the 7 minute 7 second Saturday was legitimate, in that it wasn't like solving with other people or anything like that. I think I don't actually fully remember. It might even be on video. Um, but yeah, that's a really hard thing to do on demand, I would say. This is a somewhat classic looking Saturday shape. It's one of those things where if you can get these short-ish downs, that could help you get to the crosses. Things are looking fairly open throughout, so it just comes down to, you know, can I lock in? Um, yeah, any other strategy I can glean out of this before I get started? Not really. I mean, I'm gonna take a look at these downs first, or these crosses first, just really quickly, see if I can get a snipe. Actually, maybe the first thing I'll do is look at one down. Let's get started. Um, no idea. Winter airs. Okay, S. 50%. Prefix with change. Futz around. Mess around with, maybe? Whatever goes upon four legs. Okay, it might be a movie. Animal Farm? A book. Winter airs. Okay. Nailed. ATF. Loa, maybe? Monoloa. Factorial. Top unit. Facts. Reishi. Calling. Taki. Reiki, maybe? Lowest form. Evil? Greed? To a T. Something. Face it. Let's face it. I'll come back to that area. Métier, is that a thing? Right on. Showing. Zoomies. Okay, Z. Zip me up. Ower. Beer. S here. Something's up. Physical therapy. Pre-ops. Esau, maybe? Os, it's the drought. Produce, maybe? Maybe D here. Those are types of cheese. Eight cheeses or something. Home of the White Sox. Chicago. Shell Silverstein. Spud. Speed, maybe? Beat. It's just a name. Was too keyed up. Cheese. October, maybe? come back to this. Procure, maybe? Malamutes? Mutes? Stiller? Ben Stiller, maybe? Laden? I'll come back to this. Interpretive. Prism? Steaks? Oh, that's like a round of drinks or something, maybe. Intervals S. Tending to get fixated. Remoulade. Else, maybe? Is this S? Yeah. Tries to talk. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. That's the P set, I think. Audio tour. That's on me. Zipponata. SOS. Shakshuka or something. Puns. Binds. I should know that. Shakshuka. Glue on, okay. So something, maybe righto here. Sighing. Shuka. Like I care. So Malamutes is probably just wrong. Long spell, eon. Honk. Something pride. Vegas and New York. Elk something. Elk hounds. Aged cheese. Prefab. Had no chill. Okay, spiel maybe? No. Pulse. Spa maybe? I'll just put that in. Osage. Prolong. Prehab. Puts up here. Price raise. Beams. Pro-am. It's me, maybe? Okay. ASL, maybe? CSI. Something price. Ho-hum. Hokum, maybe? Let's finish this up. I'll assess something. Winter airs. Noels, maybe? Intrachange. Bass output. Base. Okay. I'm going to take that out. I'm gonna come back to that. Tries to talk smoothly. Ritual. Traditional methods. Lost. Last. Else could be wrong. Nailed. That's a lot of desert. I don't really know what pro-am means, to be honest. Union member. Intervals. Maybe Y here? Remoulade. Alley. Winter airs. S is tries to talk smoothly. Maybe S here. That doesn't really help. Steaks. You'd think it'd be a drink of some sort. Next round? This was D. This could be like go-to or something, but I like S there. Okay, we're not being 10 minutes here, but still can get a good time. I don't know what remoulade is, to be honest. So now I have to activate my slow thinking brain, I guess. Tries to talk smoothly. The letters here don't look quite right, so it could be like something else is up. Like, I mean, pin's up, but that doesn't change the letter here. Like old-fashioned, rustic, traditional, but that's in the clue. Artisanal. Okay, maybe it is pins up. So let's try pro-am, even though I don't know what that is. Figure. Something price. Holiday season. These letters look bad. Maybe it's not pin. Maybe spins. Sale price? Okay. I don't know why the recording stopped, but I'm still here. Spins yarn. Loser. Tending to get fixated. So let's put else back in. I like artisanal there for sure. Loser buys, maybe? Mayo, slow. Loser pays. Pips, maybe? Let's get that out of there. Oh, Spitz game. Wow, okay. Gaps, artisanal. Okay. Okay, winter airs. Almost there. Prefix with change. Interchange. That's a thing. Syria? Bass output. Gone to a T, nailed. Hone to a T. Allen? I feel like this is so easy, but winter airs. I don't know if it's talking about the fish or the guitar. Winter. Let's just look at some letters, I guess. Eyes? I don't think that makes sense. Eaves? I don't think that makes sense. I want this to rhyme, but I don't know. Campaign slogan. Something in Estes, the bestest. Alice and Estes. Line to a T? That's not a thing. Interchange. That is a thing. Line to a T. That's just not a thing. I mean, interchange could definitely be wrong. Syria kind of makes sense, though, but I don't know what this would be if this is like Noel's. Isles, eels, yules, ales. Hone, loan to a T, gone to a T. Alright, well, this ended up, it was so close to being so fast, but it's now so slow. Is there any world in which let's face it is wrong? Let's like just face it. It could be like muss around with. I kind of like. I'm just like trying to do the full rhyme. Astes, like that's not a name, but 1956. I mean, they didn't win, I don't think. Interchange. I like that, honestly. But I'm sort of like, my mind is polluted by the fact that I had that in there before. Could be like intrachange. That's not really a thing. Yeah, my mind is just called to this sort of setup. Nailed it. Okay. But this can't be MD here, so it's like got to a T. Okay, if this is E, I mean, this would have to be A, E, I, or U, so. Tune to a T, maybe? Atlas and Estes, the bestest. That doesn't look like a word, to be honest. Tune to a T. Winter airs. Is there anything that could mean? I mean, Syria makes sense here. I mean, I'm just putting back stuff I already had. Although tune I didn't have before, I guess. Atlas. Bass output. Base output. I don't know what a bass, like the fish, would output, honestly. Winter airs. I mean, I'm not sold on that being Syria. I think the we implies that this should be let's face it. Can we be real? Let's face it. Alan and Estes the bestest? Maybe Alan? Maybe Norway is like weirdly technically desert. I don't think that's really a thing, but Alan, I guess. Oz, R's, eights, I's. Line to a T. Lane. Loan to a T. I hope that this is good. Like, in this area, I think this was all good fill. I just struggled with it, although SSR was a little nasty. But yeah, so I'm hoping it's a similar thing here where I'm just struggling, but it is good fill. Neato. Allen. So this is just a country. I really don't think Norway is 50% desert. You definitely think somewhere in the southern hemisphere. But maybe they're trying to trick me. It is possible that it's like one of those weird things. It is a Saturday puzzle. I don't think there's any countries in Africa that start with an N other than Niger. Okay. So I don't think line to a T is a thing. I mean, I'm banking a lot on Alan being right here for now, just to let's try Noel's, even though I don't know why airs would be songs. So let's just look at every letter here. Tote to a T. Nailed. Poke to a T. Hone to a T. Come to a T. Note to a T. None of that feels right to me. Let's try A-E-I-O-U here. Ales. L's. It's been a while since I've gotten this got by a puzzle. Pass output. Isles. I think that makes sense. Amps. That doesn't really make sense. If this was... Yeah, the SR here is kind of suspicious. Again, I'm not sold on Noels or anything. I'm not really sold on a lot of this stuff. I mean, there's still a world where mess is wrong, but output being plural seems legitimate to me. Okay, I'll try every letter here. Alts. Plies. Plus. Alps. Let's put this back. Alex? I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for all this. Alms, elms, olms. None of that makes sense to me. Nailed. You like got it to a T. Got to a T. Noted to a T. I just like the phrase, like to a T is very much in my brain, but I just can't, for whatever reason, think about what you would put before that. Yeah, and so it always just comes back to me putting these back, or these back. Yeah. And then being confused. Home. I know that's wrong. Nailed. All right, we're at the 30-minute mark. I think this is time for a fresh eyes situation. I'll give it another like 5 minutes maybe, just to see. But I might just need to refresh my brain here. I feel confident with the rest of the puzzle, but I really didn't expect this area to be so hard. I think when that happens, it might indicate that something that I have had in as a lock is not a lock. I mean, anything I put there is going to be winter airs. Maybe this is EST. Estes. Maybe it's Astes or something. Sine to a T. Alright. I don't think that's Astes, the bestest. There must be a T in here, you know? Maybe a tune? And Estes, the bestest. I feel like you really want that to end with ES. But then this really just wants to be let's face it. Maybe I'm thinking too hard about this one, but yeah, it might just be a more lyrical. Like Alan and Estes kind of worked fine. Interchange. Interchange is just a word, you know? Just always come back to this. letters. And I always come back to this. Arles and Estes, the bestest. Rinse, rink. Putz around with. Muck around with. Let's look at some letters. None of these are really words. I mean, the S there, but none of those really make sense to me. All right, that's another 5 minutes. I think we're gonna have to fresh eyes this. Maybe I'm being stupid, maybe it's really hard. Who's to say? But I'll see you soon. All right, and we're back. It's many hours later. We're gonna go see if we can figure this out. I'm just gonna take all of that out. I'm just double checking these are all definitely right. Yeah. We nailed done to a T. Surely I tried that. Adams. ML looks bad. Done to a T. Mess around with. Addles. Olays. In done to T. I don't know, that looks pretty promising. I don't know why I didn't consider that before. Okay, let's put let's in again. Adless. I mean, Noel certainly doesn't need to be right, but done to a T. Yeah, that sounds right. Adams. Base output. Let's try something other than let's face it, I guess. I mean, I said that, but okay, if this was something SR, just so I can spam letters more easily here. Are any of these maybe it's Israel? None of the rest of these are looking like countries. Yikes. um, is that right? 38, 30. Um, yeah. What? 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 Um, yeah, what is going on here? Okay, sorry, I'm still in shock. Um, so obviously, very disappointing time. Let's review this three-quarters of the puzzle. Honestly, like maybe like five-sixths of the puzzle. Um, honestly, like nine-tenths of the puzzle is excellent. Like I care, loser pays, artisanal, Spit's game, like these are had no chill. These are all so good. Um, I liked Shakshuka, Audio Tour. It's just so good all throughout. And then I don't know if it's my ignorance. I don't know why Noel's is Winter Airs, to be honest. I'm sure Airs is like some archaic uh alternative for like songs. Um, I just don't know why Ailes. I still don't know if this is bass or bass, to be honest, or something else entirely. I'm just bewildered by that clue. And I feel like this is not the point in your grid to get cute with like 50% desert type clues. And I spent so much time trying to rhyme uh, ad adlai. Like I definitely could have gotten this done a lot faster if I had seen done to a T. That's on me for sure. Um, but even with that in there, you saw, I mean, it was nightmarish trying to get this working. Um, I just think it was very unnecessary to have these clues be as bewildering as they were if you're going to cross them with adli. And this clue was like worse than useless, I would say. It was like actively misleading to me. Um, like I was trying to come up with something that would rhyme and make sense there. I'd rather you just like gave me some like I honestly I think I would have done better if this was unclued. Um, yeah. But it's just so much of this puzzle is right up my alley, which is the annoying thing. Like I actually love this puzzle other than my experience over here. But the problem is the part of the puzzle that I loved was like 8 minutes of time, and then it was 30 minutes of time over here. It's just um yeah, it's really kind of impossible to grade a puzzle like this, and I think I'm going to decline to do so. Again, I just like this is very close to like one of the best puzzles I've ever solved in terms of like everything over here. And then just so disappointing right here. And it didn't need to be this way. Like I think if these clues were normal clues, they could be tricky. They could be punny, whatever. Um, I could have just gotten through it and whatever, adli is fine. But I just these made no sense to me, and so I was just stuck here forever. Um, So yeah, we're I'm not going to I'm not going to grade this puzzle, but I'm sort of disappointed. Not even really on the time. It's just like I wish I could have had a pure experience with this puzzle, is what I would say. Because it is really good. Like all the way through,
really, really good. And like, it's just these two clues really, or these three clues, really ruined this. Like, this was never going to be clueable in a good way, but these three are all like possible to clue normally. Very, very disappointing. So obviously we're not hitting the 1 hour challenge this week, but we're still going to give Sunday a good try. And probably not super speed solve it, but just give it a try to, do things somewhat quickly. But it'll just be training for the future. That being said, definitely a very strong week of puzzle solving outside of this Saturday. And obviously, this was not a fluke. We can do it, and we're getting better every week. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.